Tonight, you are going to do something your body has never fully trusted. You are going to close your eyes, go limp, lose control of your thoughts, and stop monitoring the world around you for hours. You are going to do it voluntarily, and your body is going to fight you every step of the way, not because something is wrong with you, because something is very, very right about you. Something ancient. Sleep feels like rest. It looks like stillness. But inside your skull, inside your chest, inside every layer of tissue you cannot see, your body is running one of the most violent, disruptive, physiologically extreme processes in all of human biology. And it has been doing this to you every single night of your life. The question is not why you sleep. The question is why your body makes sleep feel so much like dying. To answer that, you have to go back, way back. Not to ancient Rome, not to the Stone Age, but to a time before humans existed at all. A time when your ancestors were not at the top of the food chain. A time when sleeping meant exposing yourself to everything that wanted to eat you. Your brain still remembers that time, and it has never stopped preparing for the worst. Here is what actually happens when you fall asleep tonight. The first thing your body does is drop your core temperature, not slightly, significantly. Your internal thermostat, regulated by a cluster of neurons in the hypothalamus called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, begins lowering your body heat by up to 2 degrees Fahrenheit. This is not comfort. This is a shutdown signal. It tells every organ in your body that the most energy-expensive operations need to stop or slow down. Researcher Russell Foster at the University of Oxford has spent decades studying the neurological basis of sleep timing, and his work makes something uncomfortable clear. The temperature drop is not a side effect of sleep, it is a trigger for it. Your body does not get cold because you sleep. You sleep because your body gets cold on purpose. This is your first clue that sleep is not a passive state. It is something your body actively manufactures. And it manufactures it using the same ancient biological toolkit it has used for hundreds of millions of years. Before the temperature finishes dropping, something else begins. Your heart rate slows. Your blood pressure falls. Your muscles begin losing tone. If you have ever watched someone fall asleep and noticed their head nod, their jaw go slack, their hand loosen around whatever they were holding, you are watching muscle paralysis beginning to take hold. Not the paralysis of injury or illness. The paralysis your brain chooses. This is the part that should unsettle you. Your brain paralyzes your body on purpose. During the deepest stages of sleep, a structure called the ventrolateral preoptic nucleus sends inhibitory signals throughout your motor cortex and down your spinal cord. The result is atonia, a near-complete loss of voluntary muscle control. Your body becomes, for all practical purposes, unable to move, and your brain does this not because something has gone wrong, but because something is going exactly right. Why? Because you are about to start dreaming. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at the University of California, Berkeley, and author of extensive research on sleep function, describes REM sleep as a state so neurologically active it is almost indistinguishable from waking consciousness when measured on a brain scan. During REM, your visual cortex fires, your emotional centers surge, your prefrontal cortex, the rational decision-making part of your brain, goes nearly dark. And your body is paralyzed, completely, intentionally. Because if it were not, you would act out every single thing happening in your dreams. This is not a metaphor. It is a real condition. REM sleep behavior disorder is what happens when the paralysis mechanism fails. People with this disorder punch their walls, they jump out of bed, they scream, run, fight, and sometimes seriously injure themselves or the person sleeping next to them, all while deeply asleep. All because their body is doing exactly what yours does, except without the safety lock engaged. Your body paralyzes itself so that your dreaming mind cannot hurt you. Think about that. Evolution decided that the scenarios your sleeping brain would simulate were so vivid, so physically compelling, so neurologically real, that the safest thing to do was to disconnect the body entirely, every night, without fail. This tells you something profound about the kind of dreams your ancestors were having. Dreams are not random noise. There is growing scientific consensus around a theory proposed by Finnish psychologist Antti Revonsuo called the threat simulation theory. The idea is this: REM sleep evolved, at least in part, as a rehearsal system for danger. Your sleeping brain runs simulated threats: being chased, falling, confronting something larger and more powerful.